You're live. Okay, this is gonna be a quickie. I just want to finish the active and passive sonar. I took a picture and then I took another 10 pictures. Then I put on mascara and I was like, this is silly. Okay, so just to get to finishing my notes. My hair is crazy. I hope you guys are amazing. So sonar, what is sonar? We spell it with a P because we're cute, right? But sonar is usually spelled with an S. I kind of want to close that shade, but I want the plants to get light. So that's what's going to happen. So sonar is a system of echolocation. It's also an acronym. Sonar stands with an S. We spell it with a P because we're cute. That's better. Like this. Sonar beep beep. This is again notes if you watched the video last night, or if you have a chance to. So these are notes that I had planned for videos months ago. Sorry. And okay, so sonar equals the acronym, at least, sound navigation that's the S and the O, by the way. So navigation and ranging. Hey, sound navigation. Hi, Daddy O'Baggins. Hi, Wendy. Pendy, you went to bed last night, but I was late. Anyway, okay. So how sonar works. So sonar is sound navigation and ranging system. So the SO is used for navigating. Again, these are notes that I'm revisiting. I mean, I skimmed through them just now, but some stuff I was like, I know I'm not going to be able to understand. But maybe sonar beep beep, you guys can help me out. Wait, why do my ears look so big right now? I guess it's just like that. Right? All right. Okay. Sonar is used because sound waves travel through water. Beep the fuck beep. We're going to go back to Dr. Dolph, who is the water person. We know that water rules light, if you want to put it that way, rules. That's the word I want to use. But so water directs light, or is the boss of light, right? We figured that out. Water is an information system. Water carries information. Remember that one interview we saw with Dr. Dolph? Water is an information system. Water carries information, and information travels through water. Beep beep. Okay, sonar is used because sound waves travel through water with much better. I don't know where that is. Speed. It looks like it says think, but much better think than radar or light. That's not the word. Much better. Well, we already know that water is obviously going to be a better information system than radar or light because it's the boss of radar and light. That on that. Two types of sonar, active and passive. So active sonar actively sends out pulses of sound and listens for how long take. There must have been a word that was in this video I was watching. Better take. I wonder if that means something. Okay. Active sonar is one of the two different types of sonar we have, right? And just remember, I'm going to get into this in a second, but sonar is a natural echolocation system for animals, mostly underwater, but also bats and some above water creatures, like maybe a few of us. Okay. Active sonar actively sends out pulses of sound, excuse me, and listens for how long the take. That must have been the word I used earlier. Oh, how long the sounds take to bounce off an object. Okay, copy that. Sonar is used because sound waves travel through water with much better. Okay. Well, you guys get it. Let me know if you have questions. Okay, active. Okay, so basically, obviously, they use pulses of sound to listen for how long it takes, and they use it in water. Okay, so this is like Navy stuff, things like that. Beep. Passive. Okay, let me just make sure we get active because I feel like I didn't explain that properly. Active sonar, that's when, okay, so if this is an animal or if it's a Navy ship, they're putting out a sound to see how fast the response from that sound comes. Okay, echolocation. Passive sonar simply listens. Kind of makes sense, right? Passive. To the sound of the water. Also listens for active sonar. So passive sonar is not emitting a sound or a frequency that it wants a response. Passive is just listening, but it also listens to active sonar, but it doesn't respond to active sonar, okay? For those of you in the back, passive sonar does not respond to active sonar unless we have to. Okay, sonar works by calculating the echoes. Once you know the speed of the sound in water, the time it takes for the signal to return, you can determine an object's distance. Once you know the speed of something, you can figure out, these are my math people in sonar, which is not me, how far a possible threat or opportunity could be, right? Bats. Bats are really incredible creatures. Bats use sonar. Bats' use of sonar, because it's evolutionary and it's an anatomical protection. Okay, so what happens when bats send out? So bats use active sonar. They send out like this shrieking high sound that even their own ears, if their own ears heard it, it would like just bust up their whole body. But they have evolved something that like when they send out the active sonar sound, the bats, it closes their ears. So it protects them from the sound, but that's how intense it is. Sonar helps you find things. Sonar helps you find things. Pendy, are you there? Do you have my balls? But it also helps things find you. For those of you in the back, sonar helps you find things. It also helps things find you. We're all energy vibration. So think of yourself as passive or active sonar, like in what you're doing. Are you actively trying to put out or emit signals of information to be found or to find someone in your life? Like you just as an analogy, right? Or are you passively listening? Beep, beep. Okay, sonar is a technique that uses sound propagation to navigate. I gotta get a better way of like doing notes. Sonar is a technique that uses sound propagation to navigate, communicate with, or detect objects, usually underwater. But we know about bats, we know about ourselves. That's not about sonar. Oh, this is. Always use the backs of paper, guys. You know, backs of paper, guys. You know, I feel like it's such a waste when we don't. This is like totally a diary entry. 15 August 22, releasing pain by writing it out. Blah, blah, blah. The back is active sonar. Okay. Active sonar involves both the transmission of sound pulses and receiving the echo of the transmitted sound. Passive sonar listens, can only indicate the direction in which an object is located, but not its distance. because of the echoes, right? That makes sense. I release. Oh, that's personal. Okay. Let's see. Sonar. It's like ground penetrating radar. It's like ground penetrating radar. I think if anything, Daddy O'Baggins, it would be the opposite. I mean, bats are probably the same. I mean, I think bats and humpback whales, dolphins are probably, I don't know if it's accurate to say prehistoric, but been around probably around the same amount of time. But echolocation started with animals. And then people started to use it for fishing, like to detect how far a fish was, using sonar for this. So the sonar that is man-made or technological sonar is different than sonar that is of mother nature, of animals, of the environment. So they're two different things. But sonar with a P has to do with us as like-minded human beings echolocating each other, finding things that we need. Like it's just the name of our community for a very good reason. And I don't think I've touched on it in a while. So I hope that some of the stuff I brought up makes sense. But I wouldn't say radar, because radar is one of the things that they actually don't use. It's not as helpful as light. They use sound. But to me, sonar also feels like telepathy. It feels like uh, some stuff that has to do with metaphysical things. Like when I look at the environment and I look at animals and I look at things like sonar, like how they've figured out that like humpback whales from like one part of the world is sending messages to meet up with another humpback whale at the other part of the world, and they're now actually like going through and trying to figure out the sounds. And like I don't know, we watched this 3 months ago or so on this channel, a documentary where they were like trying to decode like, and I can do the humpback whale one. I did it for a whole day one day. One of the most common ones is 3 light ones and then a long 4 one you don't expect. So it's hmm, 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 hmm. So that's like a very common one. They also figured out and wondered if humpback whales are like communicating with, besides underwater animals, right? But they can communicate like to me, yo, like I'm in the Pacific Ocean. You're in, give me a body of water far away from the Pacific Ocean. That one. Do you want to meet up in the Atlantic in a month? And they do it. And so there's a lot of stuff about that and about dolphins. But so I more focus on, for this channel and for our community purposes, just always how amazing animals are and the environment and Mother Nature and just nature itself is, but specifically echolocation right now, and sonar with a P because we're cute. And P has a lot of like positive is a P word, powerful is a P word, potential is a P word, possibility is a P word. There's a lot of good P words. What are you saying, Wendy? Oh, you have my ball? I've been using my active sonar to get them back, but I'm just not getting a distance range. I don't know what's going on. Bees use sonar. Thank you. Guys, all the other animals you can think of that are above water. Bats, bees. I'm not 100% sure about bees. I'm trusting that you looked that up. I haven't looked it up. But bees, ants are really fucking amazing, but bees are too. All right, get back to me on that, Wendy. All right, we might do a red bar later. I wanted to, yeah, but I spell it with a P, Lord of Elderon. Do you know what I'm the Lord of? Water travels farther. That was the word. What? Water. Okay, so water does its own thing. Water is intelligent. Water water is more powerful than light. Light obeys water. Radar obeys water. The fastest way to get an underwater active sonar location, if you're in a sub or something like a submarine, would be using active sonar. But this is like on the technological man-made side, right? So there's the what nature did, and then that's what men copied, men and women, whatever, and then it's what we're doing. Which my friend said is a $1 trillion idea, and I don't have a dick, so I'm never gonna get paid, but I'm still gonna keep going. No, you couldn't read a word earlier, and I think it was farther. Thank you, my lord. Let's see. Sonar is used because sound waves travel through water with a much better blank than radar or light. I think it might have been speed, and I was like just writing fast. Usually used underwater. Sonar is used because sound waves travel through water with much better. It says than radar or light. So I think I missed a word actually. See? My fucking chicken scratch. I think I was just like scribbling fast. Maybe like effective efficiency would be what I would think, but this is, I don't know if you want to see it. Sonar is used because waves travel through water with more, see, or like look like think, than radar and to light. So I think it was like efficiently, faster. But we know about water because we know about water. When's the next red bar? This afternoon, I think. I have to do my dance. I haven't done it in like, I don't know, 5 days. Yo, yo. All right, guys. This afternoon, you can feel it. I felt it before. I wanted to do it before this one, but last night I made a video about the vagus nerve and active and passive sonar, but we didn't get to active and passive sonar. So I wanted to nail that. I'm a woman of my word. Okay, love you, bye. Yeah, most likely red bar. What time is it now here in LA? Oh, it's 11:11. Make a wish. My wish is thank you, 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 thank you.